and welcome to Talk of Nigeria. I am Adewami Blessing. Today we delve into the intertwined shadow of insecurity and poverty plaguing Nigeria. These two issues, often seen as separate, are deeply connected, feeding off each other in a vicious circle. Nigeria is plagued by violence from insurgency in the northeast to banditry in the northwest and kidnapping across the nation. The Boko Haram insurgency, active for over a decade, has caused widespread displacement of humanitarian crisis. Criminal gangs operate with impunity, terrorizing communities, disrupting livelihood and creating fear. Why does this matter, you might ask? The widespread insecurity inhibits economic development. Businesses are hesitant to invest, hindering job creation and growth. People are afraid to travel freely, limiting access to markets and opportunities. The constant threat of violence undermines the stability and security needed for a thriving nation. Poverty rate in Nigeria remains high, with over 40% of population living below the poverty line. Insecurity exacerbates poverty. People are forced to flee their homes, losing their livelihood and assets. Limited access to basic services like education and healthcare, often a result of violence and resource scarcity, traps people in a circle of poverty. Poverty fuels unrest and instability, providing fertile ground for a criminal element to flourish, injuring the nation's ability to address its challenges collectively. It traps generations in a circle of deprivation, limiting their potential and aspirations. Insecurity hinders economic development, which in turn perpetuates poverty. Poverty, in turn, breeds desperation and can fuel unrest, creating more instability. Millions of Nigerians are caught in the crossfire. They are victims of violence, displacement, and deprivation. Their lives are a constant struggle for survival. Insecurity and poverty create a toxic environment for development. It discourages foreign investment, disrupts infrastructure projects, and hinders the growth of local businesses. This in turn perpetuates the circle of poverty and makes it harder to create jobs and opportunity for Nigerians. This issue erodes trust in institutions, fuels social division, and creates a climate of fear and mistrust. This can lead to increased crime, violence, and instability, further destabilizing the nation. The government often struggles to provide basic services and support to those affected by poverty and insecurity due to the limited resources. This exacerbates the challenges faced by those living in poverty and create a sense of hopelessness. Climate change is exacerbating the challenges of poverty and insecurity in Nigeria. Drought, desertification, and flooding are displacing people and creating resource scarcity, pushing people into poverty and making them more vulnerable to conflict and instability. The young generation is particularly vulnerable to the effect of poverty and insecurity. They are more likely to be unemployed, to be drawn into criminal activities, and to be victims of violence. This creates a lost generation and undermines the nation. Women and girls are affected by poverty and insecurity. They are more likely to be victims of violence and they have less access to education, healthcare, and economic opportunities. So here's my take on this issue. This is a complex problem with no easy solution. We need a holistic approach to tackle both insecurity and poverty simultaneously. A robust military and security apparatus is crucial. We need to prioritize effective strategies to combat terrorism, banditry, and other forms of violence, increasing in human capital. Economic, healthcare, and economic opportunities are crucial to break the circle of poverty. This requires long-term investment in infrastructure, skills, development, and social safety nets. Addressing root causes, tackling issues like corruption, inequality, and lack of access to resources is essential to create lasting solutions. These intertwined crises demand a multi-pronged approach that goes beyond short-term solutions. We need a long-term strategy that addresses the root cause of poverty and insecurity, empower communities, and foster a sense of hope and opportunity. We need to invest in community-based initiatives that provide education, skills development, and economic opportunities, particularly in areas affected by violence. This could include educational training programs, microfinance initiatives, and community policing programs. We need to rebuild trust in government institutions by ensuring accountability, transparency, and responsiveness to the needs of people. This requires strengthening the rule of law, fighting corruption, and promoting good governance. We need to invest in initiatives that promote peace, dialogue, and reconciliation between communities. This requires addressing grievances, promoting understanding, and building bridges between communities. This is a complex and multifaceted problem. We need to move beyond a focus on solely security or poverty and embrace a holistic and integrated approach that addresses the root causes of these interconnected issues. We need to prioritize sustainability development initiatives that addresses climate change, promote economic diversification, and invest in education, healthcare, and job creation. This will help to build resilience in communities, reduce poverty, and create a more peaceful and stable society. We need to invest in young generations through education, skill development, and economic opportunities. This will empower them to become productive members of society and to contribute to the nation's development. We need to ensure that women and girls have equal access to education, healthcare, and economic opportunities. This will help to empower them to reach their full potential and contribute to the nation's progress. I call society to action. We must all act. The government, civil society, and individuals need to work together to address this crucial issue. We need to invest in security, create opportunities, and build a more and just, equitable society. I urge you all to learn. In conclusion, the intertwining shadow of poverty and insecurity in Nigeria casts a long dark spell, but by understanding the complexities of this issue and committing to comprehensive and sustainable solutions, we can create a brighter future for all Nigerians. We must act now. Addressing poverty and insecurity in Nigeria is a monumental task, but it is one that we must face with determination and a commitment to building a better future for all Nigerians. By working together, we can create a society that is more just, equitable, and prosperous. This is a challenge, but if it is one that we must overcome, the future of Nigeria depends on it. Thank you.